Have you ever felt like you've somehow tricked people into thinking maybe you're smarter or more talented or more qualified than you truly are? Maybe you smile and say thank you, but underneath it all, you're wondering, what if they find out that I don't actually belong here? That is called imposter syndrome. And it's not just a mindset issue, it's a subconscious identity pattern. And that's exactly what we are here to discuss in today's Mindful Monday. Now, of course, if it's your first time joining us, please feel free to type in the comments where you're coming from, any questions or comments, quite obviously. If you have a topic that you'd like to hear more about in the future, we love to hear suggestions about all of that as well. Also, make sure you stay till the end of this video if you're interested in finding out how you can receive some complimentary gifts, including a complimentary recording on releasing limiting beliefs using hypnosis. Now, for today, let's talk about how to shift this imposter syndrome using the tools of NLP and hypnosis. Now, I wonder if you already know that imposter syndrome is not about confidence. No, it's not. It's about identity. So most people try to fix imposter syndrome by working harder, by achieving more, or pretending to feel confident. But here's the problem with all of that. Imposter syndrome lives in the subconscious mind, not in your resume, not in the conscious part of your mind. So the real issue is this: your accomplishments are starting to outgrow your identity. You've upgraded your skills, but yet your subconscious mind still sees you as the underdog or the outsider, or maybe the one who isn't quite there yet, right? So this creates a psychological split, a little bit of conflict. So the split would be your conscious mind says, hey, here I am, I'm successful. And your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is saying, not really. Just wait until they find out. And so that is inner conflict, right? Now, let's do an NLP, basically awareness exercise or demo, spotlighting the inner critic, if you will. So let's bring this pattern into the light. Now, if you're in a safe place to do so, I'll invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. If you're not, then please come back and watch the video another time. But if you are, then go ahead, close your eyes just for a few moments here. And I want you to take a moment and recall a recent win. It could be anything at all, something you were proud of, even if it's just for a second. Good. And now really tune in. Tune all the way into that feeling. Right after that win, what thought followed? What was the next thought in your mind? For many of us, it's something like, they're just being nice, or I got lucky, or what if I can't do it again? Now, this isn't humility. It's the subconscious mind talking, and it's subconscious programming. So now take a moment and notice, whose voice does it sound like in your mind? Maybe it's a parent's, it could be a coach, a teacher, maybe someone for spiritual leadership, maybe your own voice from years ago. Just notice. And what if I told you that that voice is a program, not the truth? How the brain stores this "I'm not enough" might surprise you, because the subconscious mind doesn't speak in logic. It speaks in patterns, often emotion and visual patterns. It remembers emotionally charged moments, especially those moments that made you feel unsafe, unworthy, or invisible. So even though you've succeeded, the subconscious still runs an old data, an old program. And that's where NLP and hypnosis come in. They help you to update that internal software to match who you actually are today, not who you were before. So let's work with that critical voice directly now in a second NLP exercise demo. If you opened your eyes up in between, go ahead, close them back down as long as it's safe to do so. This one's going to be on disarming the inner critic using NLP voice reframe. So again, just closing the eyes if safe, taking a nice deep breath, let it out, and think of that voice in your head that says maybe something like you're not really good enough or you don't belong. And now ask yourself in your mind, where is that voice coming from? Is it seeming to come from your head inside there, or your chest? Maybe it's your left ear. Notice if it's loud or if it's soft and quiet. Maybe it's sharp, or maybe it's slow. Is it a masculine, a male voice, a female voice, maybe your own voice? Just notice, and now let's rewire it. Change that voice into a cartoon. Maybe you'll make make it sound like Mickey Mouse, or I like chipmunks or Daffy Duck or Donald Duck. But you could make it squeaky or slow or exaggerated, high-pitched. Move it to your left shoe. Now bounce it around your body like a ping pong ball or a hacky sack and make it sing the words instead of just saying them. Now try to take that voice seriously. You really can't, right? It's kind of comical. This is classic NLP technique. When you shift that structure of the inner voice, you change its emotional impact instantaneously. Your brain just can't hold fear and absurdity in the same channel. All right, so you can go ahead and open your eyes if you want to. Maybe shake that off, have a little giggle. I always like that one. All right. So now let's talk about how to shift identity by addressing kind of where imposter syndrome actually lives in the brain. Totally different, right? So in NLP, we use what we call logical levels of change. So the first one is going to be the environment, and that's the where and when. The second one is, of course, behavior, and that's what we actually do. The third one is our capabilities, which is how we do it. The fourth one is our beliefs, which is basically why we do it. The fifth one is our identity, which is who we are. When we say I am, that's identity. Finally, the sixth one is purpose, and that's our reason for doing things. Now, most people are going to try and change imposter syndrome at the behavior level, like over-preparing or working overtime or hiding their authentic self, stuffing their feelings. But imposter syndrome is rooted in identity. Now, until you believe you are someone who belongs, no amount of evidence will convince you. You're basically faking till you make it, which doesn't seem to work out so well for most of us. So let's create a confidence anchor that you can access anytime to lock in that confidence. So again, if you're in a safe place and you feel like it, because you don't have to in NLP, but you can, I like to, go ahead and close your eyes down again, take a nice big breath, let it out, and now think of a time when you felt very proud. Perhaps you felt strong and capable or fully in your power. And I don't know, it might have been something big like landing this awesome job, or something simple like just speaking your truth honestly and authentically. But take a moment and notice what you notice comes to mind. Good. And now as you recall this moment, make it vivid. What were you wearing? Notice what you were hearing in that moment. Notice how it felt in your body. Now as this feeling builds, use any existing hand anchor if you have one. And if you don't have one, then go ahead and press your thumb and your middle fingers together and keep holding that feeling. Let it grow, becoming stronger and bigger and better. When it's really, really strong and big, then name that feeling in your mind with a word or a phrase or anything. Take a nice big breath in. And on your exhale, think or say your word or phrase. Good. Now let's do that 2 more times. Your fingers are touching, you're breathing in. And on your exhale, again, think or say your word or phrase. Good. And one final time, fingers touching, breathing in, filling your lungs fully and completely. And on that exhale, again, think or say your word or phrase. Nicely now. And you can relax your breathing and you can relax your fingers, yet know that from this moment on, anytime you touch your fingers together like this, take a big breath in, exhale, and think or say your word or phrase. All of these feelings will come back to you just as strongly and just as powerfully as you are experiencing them in this moment. And not because I said so, but because this is an amazing resource state that you and your beautiful subconscious mind have created using these tools. It's pretty awesome and amazing, isn't it? Wonderful. So you can open your eyes back up if you have not already. And know that that physical gesture done at the peak of the emotion now becomes your anchor. And the word or phrase is what we call a trigger or power phrase. And from now on, when you press your fingers together in that same way, take a breath in, exhale and think or say your word or phrase, your brain retrieves the emotional state that you just created, that you just anchored. So you just installed a new state of mind in on demand. Pretty awesome. Didn't know you could do that, right? Yes, very powerful stuff. So if you have your eyes still closed, you can come on back to us. Opening them up, coming back to the room, feeling great, feeling awesome, feeling very empowered. Now let's go even deeper. So hypnosis is not about quote unquote fixing you. It's about giving the subconscious permission to upgrade. In hypnosis, we bypass the critical mind or the conscious mind and go directly to the inner blueprint, into that subconscious mind. And this is where we plant new identity beliefs. Things like, I belong here, my success is earned and deserved, it's safe to be seen. In the state of hypnosis, the subconscious mind accepts these truths as reality. Why? Well, because in trance or hypnosis, the brain does not know the difference between imagination and actual experience. Think of how wild and amazing dreams can be. That's your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. Your conscious mind does. So your dreams are not the analytical conscious brain telling you what is and isn't possible. So that's why the subconscious mind in hypnosis NLP can be so powerful. So finally, let's do a very, very short micro-hypnotic reset on self-worth. It's only about 90 seconds, so as long as it is safe for you to do so, go ahead and close your eyes down once more. Take one of those nice slow breaths in, and then sigh it out, settling down, softening. And now imagine that you're standing in front of a mirror, but this is no ordinary mirror. This one shows you your truest self, the version of you who has done the work, who owns their own worth, who doesn't shrink or doubt or explain themselves. Look into that reflection. Notice their posture, their calm expression, the quiet strength in their eyes. Now hear them say to you, you are enough. You've always been enough. You're not faking it. You are growing into it. You do not need to be perfect to be powerful. That's right. Take a moment and let that settle. Good. And go ahead and open your eyes. Yeah. The truth is you were never an imposter, just unaware of your power. Imposter syndrome is not a sign that you are inadequate in any way. It's a sign that you've outgrown your old self. And that's a great thing, to outgrow that old self. Your subconscious just needs time and tools to catch up. And that's what NLP and hypnosis give you. The repatterning power to build a new reality from the inside out. So that the next time that voice tries to show up and say something like, you don't belong here, you can smile, you can press your anchor down, take a breath in, exhale while thinking or saying your power or trigger phrase. And say to that old voice, actually, I do belong here. That's right. Powerful stuff. And it feels pretty good, doesn't it? Now, of course, if you'd like a free recording on releasing those limiting beliefs and other gifts, simply message or type the word mindful in comments. Message me or type it in the comments, obviously. And then follow the link that I'll put in there. If you'd like to work one-on-one to rewire your mind even more, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to me at unwindthemindllc@gmail.com or check out the website, unwindthemind.com. We always love hearing from you. Feel free to share any stories of how you've used these tools too. We love that stuff. Until then, trust your mind, your body, and your inner strength, because you've got everything you need within you. Have a great one. I hope it's been useful to you. Make it a great Mindful Monday.